All right, howdy. Welcome back to WindleyMania, the podcast you've never heard of, brought to you by the band you have never heard of. I'm the best in the world, Andrew, and with me, as always, man's best friend, Devin Hopkins. How are you?
Happy birthday.
Oh, why, thank you. Why, thank you.
It's your birthday today.
It is today, not the day of the release, but when we're recording. It
day
is
of
my
recording
birthday.
It's your birthday.
Totally what I wanted to do on my birthday.
Hey,
Totally.
you said, can you record this weekend? And I said, yeah. And then you asked, does Sunday work? And I said, yeah.
This is the only thing I'd want to do on.
Okay.
I like to refer to it as a life anniversary.
Anniversary?
Yeah, it's like, I want people to go, happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Thank you.
To you and your parents.
Yeah.
I guess.
Me and my parents have been together for 25 years now.
Yeah.
And,
going strong.
Yeah, there was a rough patch. I feel like, they didn't want to, it's like they haven't touched me in months. Like I'm, and then we went on that vacation, we'll always have that.
Did you do marriage rescue with John Taffer?
With my parents?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just went like jet skiing?
He's a good, strong boy. Or whatever his voice is. You could probably do it better.
All I can do is, look at this! You should be ashamed of yourselves. Is that what they said? Is that what John Taffer said?
Yeah, essentially.
He pointed at you and looked at your parents and said, look at this.
Yeah.
You should be ashamed of yourselves.
Exactly.
Yeah. Clean the fucking place out.
Referring to my hole.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty gross. And, yeah. So
did you do anything special for your birthday?
No, not really. I watched Blazing Saddles.
That's good. I haven't watched that in a long time.
Old classic.
Yeah.
Saw that it was on the old HBO Max. Watched that. Haven't watched that in a long time. And then I had some cheesecake.
Love cheesecake.
Yeah. And yeah, that's about it.
Nice.
Now I'm here.
Sounds perfect.
Yeah. But this whole weekend I was somewhat dominated by something entirely different, which we'll be talking about today on the WindleyMania, of course. And I tried to find. I kind of wanted to see if another podcast has ever talked about this before. Couldn't find anything, and I'm not really surprised.
Yeah, because when you sent me this, I had never heard of it. I'd never heard of this in my life. And then when I saw something about it that I guess we will get into, it made me surprised that I'd never heard of it. Because I was like, well, I should have heard of this. Right. But yeah, I was having trouble, not like having a lot of trouble, but I watched some of what you sent, and I listened to some of the songs, and I was trying to just dig in deep and see what I could find about this. And there's really just not from what I found, I couldn't really find much more than just what's on the surface. But I see you have a notebook here.
Well, so. I brought my old trusty notebook. Friends of the show have been on the show.
They know that Andrew has a notebook if we have a topic.
They know of my notebook. And this is my second notebook, actually. So I kind of wonder if, when this is filled up, if someone were to find these two notebooks just filled with, I don't know.
Hulk Hogan movies.
Yeah, and then Fat Albert said something. And then... what's some other shit we've done? I don't know, but it's just nonsense of what
ramblings of someone who obviously has schizophrenia.
Something like Pompeii happens, and somehow these notebooks are preserved, and it's just this guy was just writing down stuff that happened in terrible movies. What a weird hobby.
And this is the only piece of humanity we have left.
Yeah.
It's we can't even pinpoint when this guy actually lived.
We all rebuild.
They rebuild around Hulk Hogan movies and Fat Albert.
Yeah. We will call this place Hulk Planet. That's already a thing.
Shit.
Comic book. Well, they wouldn't know that.
Oh, yeah, because it'd be gone.
Yeah. It's Hulk Hogan's these are all godlike creatures, and then different factions start. It's like the Crusades, and it's the Yogi Bear clan has entered with their sticks and primitive ways.
Ewoks.
Yeah, essentially. Yeah, but anyways, this what we're going to be talking about is the Ragg's Kids Club Band. Now, if you don't know what Ragg's Kids Club Band is, I wouldn't be surprised. Essentially, it is a children's intellectual property conglomerate at this point. It consists of this group of anthropomorphic dogs led by Raggs, and I'll introduce the other characters as well. And
I'm just gonna fix this. It's falling on me.
And they are entertainers, musicians.
There's a scientist.
There's a scientist of sorts.
Somewhat of a scientist.
They all have different little personalities. And they had like a TV show, but how I was introduced to Ragg's Kids Club was all the way back in 20 years ago, actually. I believe the year is right. In 2003, I was in my pre-K class, and another classmate had a dog, a blue dog, and for some reason I really, really, really wanted to touch that blue dog. And then I was introduced, oh, well, this is Rags, and I learned about this whole Rags Kids Club band. And in fact, they had a deal. What do they call it? A
residency.
A residency
at our own
celebrity theater in North Myrtle Beach, the Rags Kids Club band. And so I got to go to see Rags Kids Club band live.
Oh, damn.
In person. I don't really remember much from it aside from we were scrambling for coupon books because apparently there was like free kids tickets in the monster coupon books.
Yeah.
I remember going to the concession lady where they had the toys and asking her if they were only going to play one song. And then I actually asked my mother for some help. I asked her if she could remember the Rags Kids Club band. And she said, my grandmother took me and my sister, and I was fascinated by the dog in the wheelchair. You said you had wished you had a wheelchair. I was horrified. And yeah, so now why I didn't okay, so I saw this show and it didn't really stick with me. I guess I had the toy.
Yeah.
Because I have she has to find it, but it's one of the stuffed animals of the wheelchair dog. And but it never really stuck with me. And the only reason I brought it up was because I was laying in bed one night trying to go to sleep, and I was thinking, hey, do you remember that big blue dog who would sing and play guitar? And I was like, no. This was a conversation with myself. And then they're like, well, you should get up and totally like Google it. And I did. And what I found was a whole plethora of different things.
Yeah, because I was going to ask you like where this came from in your mind to want to like dig into this. So I'm fascinated. Well, I mean, usually you'll send a topic and it's something weird. I'm like, all right, this is what we're doing. But this one I was like, okay, Rags, you sent like 6 videos right off the bat.
I do have a fascination with, I guess, weird, obscure,
semi-lost media.
Yeah,
which this is. Some of it's gone, from what I've read. Some of it's like just gone. Like
I could not find one thing that I could purchase it, but I just didn't have enough time to purchase it and then wait for it. And
yeah,
it's something that I would really, really love to sit down and enjoy, just because of some interesting facts about it.
Okay.
But no, but we're gonna be talking. Okay, so Ragg's Kids Club Band. Let's get. You want to talk about the band itself?
The band itself. I wrote down the members.
They now let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Do you like Raggs?
Do I like Raggs?
Yeah. How do you feel about him?
I think Raggs is. I think just in general or for what it is. I mean, I like Raggs.
Do you like him?
I can get down with Raggs.
The
songs are good.
He's a big blue dog.
He's a big blue dog.
He had all of the dog. They're all dogs. They're all different colors. He's blue and has like orange ears, and then they all have like these weird party streamers on their heads.
Yeah. He's got a big medallion that says Raggs real big.
And
I guess that would be his like dog tag.
Yeah. So, you know what? I think before we get into the band, I should actually mention another person, the brainchild. Or no, this was her brainchild, right?
Yeah.
That's how this. I saw.
I thought I wrote down her name too.
Tony Steedman.
Tony Steedman. Yeah.
So essentially, she was an advertising executive in Charlotte, North Carolina. And anytime I found like a story for the Raggs Kids Club Band, it was originated as a carpool story for her daughter.
Yeah.
Now, what the hell is a carpool story?
I had the same question. Like,
I see this phrase
story?
carpool story.
In in the Wikipedia, in the Wikia, in the
IMDb.
fandom, it's the same thing. IMDb, all of them.
All on the website.
A carpool story.
Every iteration of the website, the carpool story. I don't know what a carpool story is.
Yeah.
Because she doesn't explain. There's an interview with her, and she kind of details the how this whole thing was started.
Yeah.
And she says carpool story.
I think I watched that
and
one
then
too.
doesn't
Was that like the
explain.
9-minute interview where it was like her and like everyone that she works with?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, carpool story.
Carpool story. And it's just, but it was
explained
her
as if we were supposed to know what
it was
that
her
means.
and her daughter carpooling.
Was she like...
Would she carpool her kids around and then tell the story and was like, Nick, and then, have it like a serialized story, and then it's like, all right, tomorrow I'll tell you what happens next. Or,
yeah, is it? It makes me wonder if it was like all off the cuff.
Yeah,
She's just driving around like.
I mean, some of this seems like it was just like a little off the cuff. So, anyways, she developed this Raggs Kids Club and all the characters. And eventually she pitched the idea to Nickelodeon. They said no thanks because
we have 100 things that we're doing.
100 better things. And also you got to think this was in the late 90s Nickelodeon. Think about it, that's like the golden age.
Yeah, they had like speaking for like young kids stuff, they already had Blue's Clues. They already had a blue dog.
Yeah, yeah.
They already had a blue dog.
Yeah.
They got Dora, they've got, SpongeBob, Little Bill.
Yeah.
All kinds of stuff.
Little Bill. So Nickelodeon was like, hey, you go do it yourself.
Yeah, that's
and
basically.
So she was like, okay. So they shot a pilot, which that pilot turned into the Raggs Kids Club Band Paws Up, which is a phrase that this band says a lot to each other. It was their tour video, which was filmed in New York City and Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. So you could see them running around. Now, this video is not available on the internet anywhere. I
saw the 3 minute.
Different clips. No, this is like a
the
hour
full.
long.
I couldn't find the pilot. I wanted to find the pilot.
Well, that's the pilot.
Yeah, that's the pilot.
Video.
I wanted to find that too, but there is like the 3 minute clip of them bullshitting around Myrtle Beach, probably sweating balls in those costumes.
Yeah.
It looked overcast, but it was still Myrtle Beach, probably like spring break or summer, because I saw like they had I remember they used to do like the Sun Fun
pavilion
Fest.
was open.
The pavilion was open. They had the big sandcastles that they would build for the Sun Fun Fest. I think that's what that was going on. That's usually spring or summer.
Yeah, and again, if you have just
hot as shit,
if you're just listening to this and just still have no idea, these were characters that were essentially like walk around characters, like mascot characters.
Yeah,
that's how they were in real life. Mm-hmm. You see. And then, so they have this pilot, and then 9/11 happens, and in the video, it was kind of just like, it was like everything was on the up. We had the pilot, and then it faded to black. 9/11. Yeah. And so that's when they decide to
They were like, God damn it, I can't do my cartoon because there's a national tragedy.
Yeah, and so they decide to take the band on tour, and then
That's what the country needs.
Yeah. Also, like, they were doing like mall promotions. I couldn't really find anything with that, but they would go.
Yeah,
like,
that's how it started. That was like part of the ad agency thing. Like they were using. I think it just started out with Rags, and they were using him in different malls. There was a list of them, just like random ones throughout the country. And then I guess when the show took off, they phased that part out.
Sure,
but that's just so interesting that it started as just a promotional character, and they like. Can go somewhere with this. This kid's got something.
So let's talk about the band itself. Of course, Rags is the leader. Blue and orange. Party streamers on the head. I found the bios that are on the website now are not as descriptive. I found bios on the wiki, the Rags Kids Club Band wiki that someone has curated.
Yeah. There's a fandom one too, and there's a bizarre description for one of the characters on fandom.
Someone got a little funny with one of the
someone got funny.
You wrote that whole thing down?
I copy pasted it in my notes here. We'll get to that one.
Rags is the puppy of the pack and leader of the band. Also, all these bios are just like diarrhea of words. Is so much.
Yeah.
Like so much lore.
There's so much lore for a kids
By the way,
program.
There was a TV show for this, and there are 200 episodes.
Yeah. This was on TV twice.
This band has like 10 albums.
Yeah.
And they're all like 15 songs.
And they're all like the songs they're good songs. I tried to look up the guy that did them, and
Fred Story, right?
Yeah, Fred Story. He doesn't have like a lot of like huge credits. Like I was hoping he was gonna be like, oh yeah, he played guitar for ELO for like 10 years. I was hoping I was gonna get something like that, but no.
His like documentaries. What was that one movie he did that I was like, what is that? Redneck Roots?
Yeah, Redneck Roots. He just did like, he's done so much shit just for random TV and like smaller movies. Nothing massive, but this dude is like talented as fuck. And apparently his wife wrote like the majority of the lyrics for these.
Oh, I see.
Like she worked with him, but she wrote a lot of the lyrics and he wrote the music.
All right, so Rags is the puppy of the pack and leader of the band, a guitar twanging, lead singing bundle of canine energy who really loves to rock and roll. All right, so this was a questionable statement about Rags. Rags is an enthusiastic tail chaser, a passionate flea scratcher, and a compulsive sniffer. And that tells me that Rags is horny.
He's a dirty,
he's filthy, and he's addicted to cocaine.
Yeah. Well, he's a rock star.
Yeah, he is a rock star, and I kind of want to explore that because he is a rock star. Like he has a rock band.
I want to see what was the show?
Like behind the music.
Yeah, behind the music, just with Rags, just like now.
They get him in the in the intros to all their videos. It's like him in a dark room in a chair, and it's him now, and he's just got like his like Heineken and cigarettes. He's like, where do you want to start?
Yeah. Oh, I remember Myrtle Beach.
I'm one of two reasons why Joni Mitchell is called a dog fucker. Yeah, that'd be great.
That'd be great. We should make that.
Anyways, then there was Trilby, which was a pink dog.
She's the bassist, right?
Yeah, her description does not say anything about bass playing. It says, Trilby is the super sporty fashionista of the band. She loves her music, fashion, and sports all in equal measures. Trilby is smart, confident, stylish, and has a matching accessory for every occasion. And nothing about bass.
Yeah, I think there was a different. I had to watch the video and say, okay, she's holding a bass.
Now they did have custom made basses, a bass and guitar for the dogs, made by the guy who would play guitar on the albums.
Really?
Yeah, you can kind of see it in the videos. I forgot which ones exactly, but there's like a big long. I don't know if it's a working bass, but it kind of looks like cardboard in a way. It's really big and bricky, and it has like all the art on it. It's actually kind of, I do like that first iteration of the Rags character, like in the little like circle emblem logo. Like if there was like an enamel pin of that, I would want one. And like on the first album, I do not like this weird. He looks like on the TV show, which I guess we'll get into. He looks different, and then there's like a weird cartoon.
Yeah, they like the 3D animation version. Take or leave.
Then there was Pido, who is like the yellow drummer dog.
Yeah, he likes kind food and surfing.
Pido is the favorite laid-back surfer dude who is totally happy to take life as it comes. Pido, this was weird. Pido is the same age as Razzles, Trilby, and B-Max.
Yeah, yeah.
And his favorite pastimes are surfing and cooking. He is passionate about his seashell collection and loves playing the drums in the band.
I like how the instrument always comes last. Everything else, is first.
But he's, I guess, sort of like, whoa, dude.
Yeah, whoa,
stuff like
dude.
That. I guess let's wrap up with the characters because I do want to ask you something. Then there's Razzles, who was originally called Raffles. Yeah. Isn't that interesting?
Raffles.
She's a green dog and plays the sound machine.
Yeah. Is she the one that has the fucking mixing console?
Yeah.
There's like videos.
It's the sound machine.
The sound machine.
It makes sounds.
It's just a 32 channel mixer.
Yeah. And she is the band's rappist. She does rap.
She does the raps.
Mainly.
I labeled her as auxiliary percussion and sounds.
She was the previous manager of the band. Razzle is the go-growl girl, the most logical, ordered, and organized of the dogs. Apparently, she's very bossy.
Well, they got to have someone to keep them in line.
Yeah.
There's a lot of personalities here.
And then last but not least is B-Max, who was originally called Tucker. Isn't that interesting?
Shout out to Tucker.
This guy has like a British accent.
Yeah, I guess because he's smart.
Yeah, he's smart.
Yeah.
He's almost like the Donatello.
Yeah.
Because
he's like the inventor type.
Yeah, he's also in a wheelchair.
Yeah, and there was a reason why he's in a wheelchair.
Well, yeah. B-Max might be in a wheelchair, but he is definitely an alpha dog. He takes the alpha supplements. He needles them.
He goes to the alpha.
He can't feel his
clinic.
legs, so he just shoves the syringes in his legs and shoves it full of alpha juice. B-Max is a passionate inventor, problem solver, and loves creating wild-looking inventions in his inventing room. Though we have never seen inside his workshop, which troubles me.
We don't know what he's doing.
He's like, B-Max, what are you doing? Get out of here! I'm inventing.
I'm inventing legs, damn it!
I'm inventing so hard! Yeah. Though we never see inside his workshop, the flashing lights above the door are always herald him emerging with some new gadget or creation. And he plays, my mother, actually, we were texting about this. She was very adamant that B-Max did in fact play saxophone. And I was like, I didn't notice that at first when I was watching the videos, but yeah, he does.
Yeah.
He plays saxophone, trumpet, and guitar, but usually keyboard.
Mostly keyboards.
Yeah. And also, if I were to work, if I were to be in this band, like as like the person who would in the costume, B-Max is totally the one I would want to be. Because you don't got to do any of the dances. You just kind of roll around. You got to get the fuck out of the way sometimes.
Yeah, that seems like it'd be tricky. Because like the choreography for all the shit,
you
like
just
they've got
your arms around and shit.
Yeah, they've got to. Well, like for the other people, like okay, you gotta work around the wheelchair, but the wheelchair you just got to be quick with it.
Sure.
And whoever's in that costume is like I've seen like in some of the videos, you can see he fucking moving. He's got it. He's got it down. There's one in the Washington D.C. one, he speeds up and just like jumps like the little 3 set of stairs. Like, goddamn, he's getting it.
Well, there's a lot of people who have played these characters in different arenas.
Yeah,
and some of them are not as agile.
Some of them are. Some of them
as whoever was in that video.
The cast listing is massive because I was just trying to figure out who was doing what. I think
it was just so much.
There was so much. I didn't get into it. They had the same voice actors through like most of it.
Sure.
But like, can I read the fandom description of B-Max?
Yes.
Okay.
Someone got funny.
Someone got funny on the fandom, and there's a fandom for if you don't know what fandom is, it's basically like a more topic specific Wikipedia type website. Like there's a fandom for pretty much any show or whatever you can think of. And the one for this one for the character B-Max reads, B-Max got into a car crash and was paralyzed for the rest of his life, and the original actor died, so they replaced him with a paralyzed, disabled wheelchair guy who they abuse and they say horrible words to him just because he is disabled. One sentence, paralyzed is misspelled both times. But I don't know. Someone got in there and was just like trying to be funny guy. And I was like, I was clicking through. I was like, what the fuck? Like, why does it say that?
Yeah, there wasn't any, like, I was trying to find fan perspective on this, but it's mainly still just little kids who are involved with this and comment on it constantly.
Yeah.
And, anyways, one more character.
Yes.
I have a lot of thoughts on, like, what this whole thing is, but we do have one more character who, outside, I like this character a lot.
I like this character too.
I like him a lot. Dumpster the cat.
Dumpster the cat.
Yeah. So here's the story about Dumpster the cat, who is essentially like an Australian gray cat with like fuzz, and he has like a little vest.
Yeah. Apparently they found him outside the practice space.
When Pido found Dumpster outside the stage door of a concert, he never realized he was adding such an opinionated but lovable member of the Raggs family, or to the Raggs family. A high-maintenance addition, Dumpster requires plenty of stinky fish, fresh cream, and nap time.
Don't deny Dumpster is cream.
I require 2 out of 3 of those things.
Stinky fish and nap time?
Well, fresh cream and nap time. Oh. I can hold out on the stinky fish. But essentially, he is on the television show. I didn't find anything where he popped up in an album.
He's not in the band.
Yeah.
But he's like I know he was just like a interview. He would interview the kids.
Yeah, he would interview kids, and he would just ask shit like, "What's snow?"
Yeah. And the kid would go, "Yeah, I know what snow is."
You know, that's actually I didn't know who Dumpster was when I was looking all this crap up, and I was on the website, and it was like there was like a YouTube video on the website, and it just said dumpster sharing. Like the file of the video was in the title. It was dumpster sharing. I was like, what is this? And then I was like, oh, it's the cat Dumpster.
It's a good
name.
So
who's your favorite member of this band?
My favorite member?
Yeah. Who would have to be your favorite?
And I might have to hand it to Pido.
Yeah, Pido's really cool.
I like his energy.
Yeah, he fucks shit up, but then
he's still a solid drummer.
Yeah, lays it down.
Lays it down.
No matter,
he cooks for everybody.
He does cook. Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Connor needs to step his game up and cook for us more.
And he lays it down and plays the same thing every night, no matter what drums are provided. And I'll leave it at that for now. Okay, so they did have a lot of albums, as we talked about. Their main 2 albums, the first 2 albums, that's like the bulk of what we really want, right?
That's Paws Up and
Unleashed.
Unleashed, yes.
So Paws Up.
I was listening to some of Unleashed on the way here, just to kind of keep some fresh in my mind.
So it is essentially children's music, but it's like very much rock and roll.
It's not like
and other things.
Yeah.
I will say other things.
Well, it's children's music to a degree that it's like, it's made for a kids' TV show, but in no way is it like pandering to children.
Well, I think
it's not like
it uses like there's a fucking new Yankee Doodle on this shit.
Yeah.
It's not as cool as McGruff's Cool Kids album, or Smart Kids rather. No,
it's not as cool as that. But it's still
that one has like. That one was like right time, right place. The music is actually cool on that album. Mm-hmm. I think there's some cool stuff on this. Like the B-Max mix is like a weird, almost like Savage Garden song. It's very much like all these like crazy like choir of voices and the electronic beat. There's what is this song? Funicula?
I don't know. I was trying to log back in. I don't have the door open.
I was trying
to open it up.
I did have Ragg's Kids Club House stuck in my head. where it was Ragg's Kids Clubhouse, Kids Clubhouse. That was stuck in my head. Wag and Wiggle, Razzle's rap. I do have an issue with Razzle's rap though. The music is almost like the instrumentation, at least, is very TLC like, but then it's just like the most, like any like sort of weird. Can you you watch the Tony Steedman like interview? Could you imagine like her going like, and then Razzle has a rap? You know what I mean? Just sort of like the very uncoolness of just like,
of this,
it's a
like,
rap.
Of this suburban 50-year-old woman trying to like be cool for kids.
It's like it's a rap, and Razzle's rap. This is her rap, and it has like the weird like almost like the Mickey Mouse Unwrapped album where they do a bunch of rap songs, which is also very bizarre, and it has like this is rap music, but it's like it's good for you. Not like that other crap.
Not that other stuff.
Yeah.
Like it's like the Christian ones that they'll change the raps to be about Jesus Christ or whatever.
Yeah. And then Unleashed in 2004.
Their 2004 effort, Unleashed.
Yeah. What album was What's the Dealio on?
I don't remember.
That song has like a very much like, that's like a Jimmy Buffett song.
Yeah.
It has like that white guy like Jamaican thing where it's like, don't you know I want to play by the beach, everybody, each, whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? It's like the just, and it's like, I forgot who sings it, but it's like the most Caucasian voice ever doing it. There is one song on Unleashed called My Friend that is it's very charming and very nice. It sounds like it like I don't know what to compare it to, but it has a really good build, really just like catchy. It's just catchy, and it kind of like turns it on its head too in a weird way. It's a very soft acoustic like ballad. Mm-hmm. It's very good. I would recommend My Friend.
My Friend.
Surprisingly, with the band, I know that we're talking about the Ragg's Kids Club band. Yeah. It's kind of hard to really, unless we were to sit down and listen to every single track with you and explain and talk about what's going on. But literally, there is so much other shit that I want to talk about that I don't even. It's like,
yeah, like I didn't dive into the albums as much as I wish I did. But I was trying to find like shit like about the whole shebang.
Yeah.
About it all. I'm gonna dive back into the music though, because the songs are legitimately good, and it's interesting.
So let's so they had the albums and they had videos, but also I guess, man, there's so much stuff. Let's talk about their residency at the Celebrity Theater.
The Celebrity Theater or the Palace Theater? Because they had one at Palace.
They had shows. Did they have a residency at the Palace Theater?
It said they did it like every day for a year, 4:30 p.m.
Okay. Was
I couldn't find video of it.
Was that also with Garfield?
Yes. This was with Garfield. It
so
was
they weren't alone.
The premise was like Garfield's birthday or something.
That is a weird thing. Like, okay, I went to Dollywood around this time too, and there was also Garfield having a birthday at that show.
This is when, like, because this is early 2000s, this is when Garfield was everywhere. Because there were, like, different theme parks and shit where they had,
he was
like...
just being licensed, and whoever was in charge was like, hey, if you're going to license Garfield, make sure it's his fucking birthday. Yeah. And only talk about Garfield's birthday.
Yeah, it's his birthday. Yeah, Garfield was taken over at this point in time.
Yeah.
So I guess it makes sense that he had, he had a spotlight in our little tourist town.
Yeah. Here's the press release from this, or it's sort of like the description on their website of the Celebrity Theater. They promoted the fuck out of this.
Which one's is that on like near Ocean Drive in North Myrtle?
Yeah, it used to be the Legends Theater as well, and now it's like a church.
I think that's the one that's about to be the Greg Rolls Theater.
Yeah.
Region specific here on WindleyMania. 501, am I right? Anyway.
The Ragg's Kids Club band has been crisscrossing the country on their national tour, and they played at I watched a lot of videos from their tour, all very grainy footage.
That makes sense.
It's just like weird festivals and like weird state fair
Yeah, state
stages.
fairs. Shit
There's like a
that.
bunch of shit on the
Mall
stage.
openings.
Someone did upload a video, and it's one of the people who played Pido. Uploaded,
Yes.
yeah. And
I watched this too, where his description was like, "This is my first professional fursuit gig."
Yeah. And I'll just say I fear and respect the furries. Don't come after me.
Yeah.
National tour, but now they found a home at the Celebrity Theater in North Myrtle Beach. Join the furry canine cast as they rock the house with their own brand of award-winning. I couldn't find, could you find awards?
Said that they won an Emmy.
Yeah.
They said they won an Emmy. They won like a national parent seal of approval, some other like parent magazine thing, and like a fourth one that I can't remember. But apparently the music had won awards.
Right.
And the picture of Fred's story on their website is him holding 2 Emmys, looking like just cheesing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Must have been for Redneck Roots.
It might have been Redneck Roots. It might have been an episode of Dateline. I don't know.
Yeah. Join the furry canine cast as they rock the house with their own brand of award-winning music in a full 70-minute spectacular show.
Jesus.
You'll be dancing
That's
in
not long enough. It's not long enough.
I think they would play 90 at some places.
Encore.
Yeah. You'll be dancing in the aisles with the gang as they the gang. Yeah. As they perform hits from their 4 CDs.
I thought it was a club. Sorry.
Yeah, wait a minute. It is a club. You'll be dancing in the aisles with the club. How about that?
Yeah.
It said gang on the website. As they perform hits from their 4 CDs and several pop favorites. Every number is specially choreographed and includes lots of surprises. And as a special bonus, the band is throwing a birthday party during the show for their friend Garfield, the famous wisecracking comic strip cat. Of course, Garfield suspects something is up and won't relax until he gets the surprise.
That's exactly the description I read. Yeah.
What is the surprise?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
I couldn't. There's no video of this.
Unfortunately.
I don't think.
What were they going to give him? Also, their friend Garfield knew one dog and hated him and loved him sometimes just because it was like out of necessity.
Yeah.
These are 5 other dogs that Garfield does not have to associate with, yet he is friends with them.
Yeah. I don't know. That kind of baffles me too. You know, like these.
And what was up? Why was something up? What was up? What was he stressed out about? Besides hanging out with 5 dogs that he already doesn't like, but they're friends. It's a
Did
very
they break
confusing-
into Garfield's house?
You're
What
coming with
happened?
us.
Is this a home invasion? This is a home invasion. The Ragg's home invasion. Maybe they are a gang.
Yeah, really.
I recant my statement. Hey, you think you're a cool cat?
Get him, Wheels. And it runs over his tail. There are big laughs when this hilarious cat gets in the act. Oh, there's another character as well. Oh, Rhodey will be there too. The human who helps keep everybody on track, especially Garfield. So there was a character named Oh Rhodey who was the roadie.
It says Oh Rhodey.
It says Oh Rhodey. Was his name just Rhodey?
I think
as
it's just
well?
Rhodey. I think
'Cause I
this-
remember in the one tape they were just calling him Rhodey.
Yeah,
He played different characters.
I think it's just Rhodey.
Yeah, well, it said O apostrophe Rhodey.
I think it's just saying, oh, Rhodey's gonna be there.
Well, no, it was spaced like his name was like O'Reilly's, but it was O Rhodey.
Oh, Rhodey.
I don't know, man. This shit's fucked. I'm telling
This
you.
shit's fucked. But Rhodey.
All right. So, yeah, Celebrity Theater. Again, I don't remember anything. I remember very minimal from this fucking show. Let's go over to the concession stand. They did have a store, and they had an online store, too. They had the purse that would just be his head, Ragg's head. They had 8 and 12-inch plushes that were all the band. Mm-hmm. They had a sipper cup, which I still kind of want. I saw it, and I was like, that's a fucking sweet cup. There was a backpack. And then there was a giant 4-foot Rags plush. Now, there were 2 different prices. So how much was, let's just say how much was the special web price for this giant 4-foot Rags plush doll.
How much?
It was this was the special webpage price.
I'm gonna say $299.99.
It was $450.
Okay.
And the retail price was $700.
Damn.
For that's way too much money.
That's way too much
How much
money.
is that now?
Oh,
This
God.
is 20 years ago.
Oh, it's probably double that.
Yeah, really, right?
I mean, you think of a McDonald's burger, it's twice as much now.
Really?
Probably. There's no more dollar menu.
McDonald's is not a place I pay attention to when I'm spending, okay? I just go, yes.
Yeah, I don't care how much it costs.
Put it in me.
I want it as fast as possible. I'll pay any dollar amount.
So, another interesting thing with Rags at this time is that you could book them if you truly wanted to.
Okay, so if their plushes are 400 plus, I wonder how much it would cost to book them.
You want to book them for a week?
Oh, you got the prices?
I want to talk about this for a little bit. Capital International Productions, well, I guess was their booking agent around this time.
Yeah.
And for some reason, their website is still up. It hasn't been updated since like 2005. It is all the same.
I might have clicked on this website because there was a few of them that just haven't been updated in at least like 15, 20 years.
Yeah, and they had the requirements for the Rags Kids Club Band, and it was just shit like, essentially you had to provide water and a hotel room and a ramp and a stage and if they were flying in, you had to provide them instruments. Like I guess depending on what it was, but it was $14,500 a week, and then plus the hotel.
Plus,
And you had to get 3 hotel rooms for 2 people. And then you also had to give someone, you had to provide someone to help them with meet and greets, which from what I read, a lot of the meet and greets were just like free-for-alls.
Yeah.
Just like kids running at the mascot.
That's what that one video the guy said. He said, yeah, it was fun. Did get ambushed by a bunch of children after a show. So that was not fun.
There's also there was other things that you could still book. I don't know still, but and there was like some bands like the Beach Boys and Boston Air Supply Styx, and then Survivor was listed twice for some reason.
Oh, this is the same management company?
Capital International Productions. There was something called Bruce Seraphian, I guess. He was a world record juggler. There was another thing called Fritters that you could book, and all it said was, where there's melting ice cream, sticky faces, and unsuspecting family members, Fritters is sure to be close by. I'm not sure what that entails.
I don't know
what Fritters is, but I don't. Like, would I want to give like
But I want to pay $15,000
just to find out?
Yeah. There's no information about them. You just got to book them to see.
Now, there was all these like things you could just book by themselves.
Kinky Kelly and the Sexy Stud.
Probably. I don't know who that is.
Did you watch Clerks 2?
No.
Oh, never mind.
There was one thing. There was one package available, one tour package available to book through Capital International Productions, and it was Vicki Lawrence and Mama, a 2-woman show. Do you know who Vicki Lawrence and or Mama is?
Is this no, wait, is it Mama's Family or something?
That's correct. It is the same person. This tour package. So Vicki Lawrence, of course, would do the Mama character on the Carol Burnett show, and then there was the Mama's Family sitcom. And yeah, it was a 2-woman show, and it was just her. And it was like hot off the rails of her 2003-2004 season. Mama's back. And I guess like you have to pay twice for both things. It's kind of like there was Del Wilkes, who was the Patriot, and then he sold the Patriot gimmick to Tom Brady, and Tom Brady would sometimes wrestle as Tom Brady. Johnny Gunn, I think, was another character he did, and then he would wrestle as the Patriot, all on one show at different indies and get 3 different payouts.
Oh,
so I wonder if it was kind of like that.
That's funny.
That'd be funny if whoever's booking was like didn't know, or maybe she like had to keep it a seat. Like she would just like they did know, but Vicki Lawrence was like, "Oh, let me go get Mama right now so she can sign those papers."
Yeah.
And then, like,
Just go change real quick.
Yeah. So I thought all that was very interesting. Now, do you want to talk about the tapes? So we're getting into the tape era.
The tapes?
Yeah. So there was the first Pause Up tour video, which is unavailable. Besides, they're in Myrtle Beach, and so they go around the pavilion.
NASCAR speed.
They're
park.
NASCAR speedway where Raggs utters the words, "The ultimate squirt off separated the dogs from the pups."
I forgot about that.
They go to the Hard Rock.
They go to Hard Rock Cafe, and I wrote this down because I was thinking of this. Like, I mean, we've worked in restaurants. We know people in kitchens like to do drugs on the clock.
Yeah.
Imagine just being like blazed or whatever, and there's a fucking dog just in your kitchen just beating on pots and pans like during the dinner rush. Or it's just someone's first day and they just didn't get filled in. Like, the manager came back and was like, "All right, so they're filming this thing today. There's gonna be some people dressed like dogs. Just let them do what they're doing." Wait, what the fuck's? Hey, you kept me back here.
Yeah.
I don't know. That crossed my mind when I was like, imagine just like being like, I don't know.
I would rather this whole video be available on the internet for free as opposed to me spending $12 on it. So, if anyone has it, that'd be awesome.
Is it on Pirate Bay?
I didn't check. I don't know. Maybe I didn't check Pirate Bay actually.
I didn't check either.
Let's see.
There's someone out there doing the Lord's work, putting all of Raggs on Pirate Bay.
Yeah. Okay. So there was the uneventful one. Did you watch Holiday Jam Rockin' the Rockies?
I watched some of it.
It was very uneventful. It's basically the Christmas special.
Yeah.
And that guy roadies with them, and they're like skiing a lot, and Pido has a sandwich that he heats up on the van. It's very uneventful, as I said. So
FROSTYSNO, the man.
That was actually pretty sweet.
That one got stuck in my head.
Hey, they were pretty good skiing and snowboarding, like in
those
suits.
costumes. That's
yeah.
They got it down.
Yeah. Did you watch Red, White, and Rags?
I did watch Red, White, and Rags.
Did you watch the whole thing?
I'm pretty sure I watched the whole thing. I mean, I made that funny edit that I sent to you, but I watched that one.
That was funny. He opens up the tape in his dark room. He says, "We went to Washington, D.C., and this happened." And then you made it so it was January 6th.
Yeah, it was fucked up that they did that.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if they were there.
Yeah.
They want to show a lot of respect for certain people.
Yeah.
So
I wanted to put their song behind it.
Which one?
Fuck. It was
the Freedom Rock song.
There was a Freedom Rocks one.
That reminded me of like Nerf Herder for some reason. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it was just like dorky nerdcore punk.
I was digging in. I wanted to dig into that and see if like any of those type of people were like on it. Like I forgot that guy's name because that dude does a lot of like kids music on YouTube, and he's made his living off of that.
Perry?
Yeah. He's made his nut off of like those like kids musics.
Honestly, that'd be a great job.
Yeah.
I just had the one thing of note during the end of Red, White, and Rags where they find the dog. The president's dog is lost.
Yeah.
The dog's name is Patriot. And they play a street performance in Washington, D.C., and then the dog just kind of walks up.
Yep.
And they found the president's dog. So they go back to the White House, and they talk to the Secret Service guy, and Secret Service guy is like, they found the dog. And so they go back into the Oval Office, and it's just like this. They meet Pido, it says something along the lines of, "Is that the resident?" And then this just very pale old, I believe he was inebriated. He just like gets up and he's like, "That is correct. Yeah, I am the president. Thank you for finding my dog. I would like to award you with the Presidential Medal for Loyal Service." And then they pull out these giant ass like, do you see that part with the medals?
Missed the medals.
The Presidential Medal for Loyal Service is these giant fucking like, they were like medals you get like a fucking, I don't know, I've never won a medal, so I can't really. But you know what I'm talking about? Those things that go around your neck, the gold. But it's just giant, comically giant, and the Secret Service guy has it on his arm, and it's like weighing it down. And then they start singing some song. Do you remember?
Don't remember. I think this is when I got tied up in doing my edit.
I see. So the dogs are all singing the song, and they're like, it's really weird how it's shot. They're in the Oval Office. The dogs are singing and swaying and dancing and kind of like facing the camera. Like they're facing the camera, and then their backs are to the president and the Secret Service guys, who are turned around looking out the window. So their backs are to your point of view.
Yeah.
They're back to back with the dogs, and they're just like hand on the heart, completely still, just staring. It is very disturbing to watch. And these dogs just kind of like hypnotically swaying around with their giant medallions. It's a very weird image.
I have to go back. And
then Freedom Rocks plays, and that song's cool. So I guess that's one you should check out. Yeah, that's a good bit of what was going on. Also, the show. Oh, I guess we should talk about the show. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
We're about to be in a 2-hour WindleyMania.
So the show. Again, they filmed a shit ton for the fucking show. And they filmed it all in Australia.
Yeah, it aired there before it aired in the States.
Yeah, it was on PBS here, right?
Yeah, it was PBS here, and I forgot what channel it was.
Other streaming things.
It was some weird channel that you can find it on now.
They had new costumes for the dogs, and so they had different heads. And so the mouths can move, and they could blink, and their ears could move. But the thing about their eyes, if you looked at their eyes, the black of their eyes were very reflective. So you could see the sound stage in the black of their eyes on the show.
I didn't pay attention.
And all the people with cameras getting up close or behind them, it was all very visible in the eyes. It kind of breaks the world, especially for me, who's trying to get immersed. So I watched one episode called Food because I felt like I would like that one. And the show format is definitely, it's a lot going on, I guess, just to keep a young child's brain occupied. Mm-hmm. It goes from the intro of the story into a musical performance, into a fucking interview with the dumpster the cat, into a cartoon, into another musical performance, into some more story, into another musical performance, into another interview with dumpster, into another cartoon, into another dumpster thing. I wrote the segments down, into another cartoon, into the end of the story, and that was only one half of the episode.
What?
Yeah.
How when that there's 30-minute episodes, right?
Yeah, but the stories are only 11 minutes. So it was almost like a block. The story would change, but the topic would be the same.
Oh.
It was very weird. There's a lot going on.
That's interesting.
But
that shit does have to move fast.
I think the best part of the show is the interviews with Dumpster the cat. Because, the kids are cute. They're saying shit like broccoli and stuff like that, fucking... What superpower would you have? I wish I could fly and stuff like that,
Yeah.
What's flying? You just ask dumb questions.
Yeah. I saw the video of the dude that does the puppeteering for Dumpster is Tony Steedman's right-hand man, essentially.
Oh yeah.
They worked real hard on that show. They worked really hard on it. Together, coming up with a lot of the ideas, and then she fought to get his visa so he could work in the United States. Yeah, so. But apparently, they were this.
Wow, sure, good for them.
Good for them.
So they had that show, and this is all very dense because I want to talk about what Raggs has sort of been up to now. Okay. So there isn't really a platform for the show, as I can tell, or it keeps changing.
Now, there is a YouTube channel. There's funny.
There's a YouTube channel.
There's a YouTube channel that is active as of yesterday. They uploaded an episode yesterday.
Oh.
I think it was
they saw some traffic.
They saw some traffic from two guys in Myrtle Beach. They said, all right, we need to get
put
this.
a new one up for them.
Yeah. I think it was just a remaster of like an old episode.
This YouTube channel is filled to the brim of it's just like diarrhea. It is very much like what if you were to ever stumble upon like kids YouTube shit.
Yeah.
Like the Coco Melon thing. There was that one thing I stumbled upon like a couple months ago, that Auto Be Good.
I don't think I'm familiar with that one.
Oh my God. Okay, so
another episode.
Auto Be Good, it was this like very bizarre religious, it was like VeggieTales but cars and also very creepy people. And they had like there's a very funny documentary of them.
Wait,
talking.
is this the thing? This is the thing you sent me.
Yeah, and it was like
yes, I remember it now.
Great looking group of cars, and then it cuts to the animator, and it's like, Christ tells us what we need to do in our hearts, and through the power of animation, we are able to tell our stories. And it's just like the most obscene, grotesque, like looking cars.
They look
like,
terrible.
Yeah.
And then he's just like, Christ gives us the power.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember that now. I remember because you'd sent me that.
Yeah, a lot of these videos on the Rags TV is like compilation. It's just for like kids on their parents' iPad or their own iPad, I guess.
Yeah.
To just poke and fucking just stare at, and it's just like 7 hours of lullaby songs, 9 hours of songs about fishing, 10 hours of fucking Rags wiping his ass on the carpet or something. And it's just like, yeah, it's just to keep feeding.
Right.
And it's weird with these shows. Same thing with Auto Be Good is like, Auto Be Good apparently is Emmy Award winning as well. But the thing is, it's like, and I think this might be the case with Rags. It's a very specific, it's like a city like
type of Emmy.
City Emmy.
Yeah.
But it's still like in association with the actual Emmys. It's very weird. And these shows are like, the people in charge of them, like they clearly, like, as far as I can tell, this Tony Steedman character literally has done nothing else but dedicate her life to this
Rags,
blue dog thing. And the weird talk about it is like, at least from the companies, and I guess it's their job, is like to super hype it up. And it's like, you know, Rags is like God's gift to the fucking world. And everyone loves Rags. You know Rags. Rags the dog and his band. You love this. But it's like a thing that literally no one knows what it is.
Yeah.
Kids are too young to retain it. Besides, I guess maybe years down the line, there'll be other kids like in the middle of the night, like, what the fuck was that thing I saw? And the parents have no idea.
Well, I mean, there's like the parents that are our age that'll remember it.
Yeah.
But because I was trying to find some shit like this too. And there's one Reddit post that is under like r/nostalgia. And it's just like a video of, does anyone remember this? And it had like 7 upvotes and nothing under. I was like, I guess no one really remembers.
But it's like the weird, like,
unless it was just like bigger in Australia, I don't know.
I don't know either. But it's just with, when I look at these children IP things, that is like a common thread, is these creators being like, this is the greatest fucking thing ever.
Yeah.
And it's like, is it though?
Is it?
It's like just bizarre.
It's like, hey man, like,
there's good intentions, but it's just like weird.
Mm-hmm. I guess if you have that much passion about something, like, it's good to hype it up that way, but it's still just so bizarre to see it. Yeah. And then just no one know about it.
Yeah. And I really want a big company to give me a lot of money. That's like a main thing. Auto Be Good. The fucking, you remember the family films for Friends, feature family films with the Buttercream Gang? Mm-hmm. Those people fucking
oh yeah, because the Auto Be Good's part of that, right?
Yeah.
Brother Future too. Yeah.
So I don't know. Weird. It's an odd thing. So it's essentially just like a diarrhea YouTube channel now.
Yeah.
But you can see Ragg still. I don't know if there's still shows. I imagine there is. But I know he is in the country of Jamaica with the Palladium Resorts. They have a partnership. I guess whoever the Palladium Resorts just licensed Rags. And I don't know how many hotels he is at, but for certain, because I've seen mostly at this one, at the Grand Palladium in Jamaica in Montague Bay. And
You can see Raggs there?
yes.
Like a performance or like...
It is a whole, like, there's like a Raggs, like, play area.
Oh, shit.
There's a Pido surfboard. Hold the phone. It's very, there's like a pirate show. Man, where to start? This is, okay. So I watched the pirate show, and it started out with this young host man coming out, and he was just like, "Are you ready for the Raggs?" And, you know, the pirates weren't allowed. Pido's drum set was just a cymbal, a kick, and a rack tom.
Not no snare?
Yeah. Later in the show, there's two dads they pull from the crowd, and there's like just dude dancers. They make the dads dance, and then there's just like dudes dancing and just towels around them at the Raggs pirate show.
They're just wearing rags.
There's the Pido surf party where there was like a weird, it was like a play area. There was like, it was almost like Rockin' Hard. It was just like a big cavernous dark space. There was a big Raggs arch. And then there was a giant poster of like Bob Marley. And they're like doing limbo, and it's like Raggs and Pido and like 3 kids.
You think of like a surf area or whatever. I was imagining like a water park sort of thing.
There was the storytelling with Raggs where he reads out of a book where like the children gather, and they play a tape. Let's see. Oh, there was another thing called the Muppets Show at this resort. And again, it was like another playroom that had like Raggs decor, but it was just like a bunch of kids looking bored. And then there was something going on that resembled like the 3 Little Pigs, but it was Minions. And like, it's very like weird looking. I don't know if you can kind of like see what's going on in a sense right here. This song's playing.
7 Nation Army.
There's a minion. This kid's looking very bored.
Yeah. The parents wanted to go drink. What the fuck is that?
It's a wolf. I just imagine it was like the 3 Little Pigs, but minions. And this song's playing over it for some. And the kid's just bored. The wolf. Devin's just staring at this with his mouth wide open. And now it looks like one of the minions is like filleting him. It looked like one of the minions was sucking on the wolf cock. The kid's bored. Yeah, so
what the
this song.
Oh, that's the promo video. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, so if you want to watch a bunch of these promo videos for this Grand Palladium Jamaican place, which I want to read some reviews of this hotel.
Yeah,
as
I was
well.
gonna say, this looks like a
Ricardo Canales is the hotel and resorts entertainment manager here, and that's the stuff he cooks up. is a minion sucking off a wolf in a very dark room.
It's a very dark room. There's like it doesn't even. It's not even like I don't know. It's usually that kind of show would at least have a stage.
Sure.
But it like looks like a gym or something. Or
Here.
No, you know what? It looks just like a daycare center.
So let's read some reviews from this resort where you can go visit
that's
Raggs.
like what my daycare looked like as a kid.
Overall, the stay at the resort was good, and it was my first time in Jamaica. The people are mostly friendly and polite. However, my check-in experience was the worst I ever experienced in my 2 decades of travel. As soon as I got off the bus, I was approached by someone from the travel club or some promotional program. I had just finished a 12-hour journey and was tired and wanted to check in and quickly go to my room, but they kept pressuring to sign on for this program, would not do the check-in without it. I tried walking away, but they kept following me and kept telling me to sign a form and give me their contact details. I was so frustrated I agreed to sign so they would do the check-in and I can go to my room. They kept on following me around until I got to my room allotted, and they forcefully took my room details and threatened me that I must attend some event in the morning or else the manager would not be happy.
What?
Yeah. let's see. There was during our time there was also several employees who were very creepy. An employee looked up and down at my body while I was walking by, checking me out. I didn't even want to go up to get a towel alone because of how the employees in the area were staring at women that came by. We also heard from several other cruise ship guests that employees had asked them for their phone numbers. The employees at this resort were overall rude, creepy, and extremely unprofessional. I imagine that was just all just Rags and Pido and the gang. It's like, hey, you're looking hot. Did you know that I'm a compulsive sniffer? Let's see. There's another one. This is my second time staying at the Grand Palladium. I don't think I'll go back, to be honest. The environment was lovely. Rooms were recently renovated. I saw a lot of them that said the rooms stunk. I wouldn't recommend Jamaicans to stay here. I went to the steakhouse and ordered medium rare steak. The waitress came back and confirmed if I'm sure that's what I wanted. I said yes. She came back with my dinner and told me she told the chef to make it medium well because we are black people and we do not eat raw meat.
What?
That's what the waitress said. It was very bizarre. So, this place. Also, there's another performer, Rags, and this performer will team up sometimes. I can't show you video. It's not that exciting, but if you want to watch it anyways. It's another performer at the Grand Palladium. His name is Paul Jackson.
Oh, the Paul Jackson?
Yeah.
Who's Paul Jackson?
He is a Michael Jackson tribute man. And he does the Michael Jackson dances. And you can watch a video of him and Rags, the Kids Club band, doing Thriller together. And
incredible.
He looks like he shoves B-Max in the wheelchair out of the way at one point.
I cannot work. You know who I am? I'm Paul Jackson. I cannot work with this Mickey Mouse bullshit.
Yeah. So I found all that very bizarre.
I didn't even see the shit about the hotel. That's funny. That's weird. Like it's like out of all the shit you can. I guess it's not a very fancy resort if like they can't get
a 5-star resort allegedly.
5-star resort.
Yeah.
Is it like it's 5 stars?
I don't know who gave the stars.
It's 5 stars in the same sense that
5 out of 10 stars.
It's
like okay.
In the same sense that this is Emmy Award winning.
Yeah. I saw a video of a guy vlogging there, and it like opened up of like, I'm trying to like, get the person at the desk to help me, but they won't. And some other people come up and they're like, do not stay here. They will fuck you. If you are not a resort member, they will fuck you.
What?
Yeah. If you're not a part of their club, they will fuck you. And there was this like lady came up and she was like, we had bed bugs. And it was just like, oh my God. And then apparently an employee slapped the camera out of his hand because I found that guy's review on there too.
Oh.
Yeah. So, Rag's Kids Club band still makes songs, kind of. They slowed down creatively.
I mean, wives,
Wheels
and
on the
kids
Bus and shit.
stuff.
Just a lot of covers.
Yeah.
They had one song called Tickle My Funny Bone, where it goes, tickle my funny bone, tee-hee-hee. When you tickle my funny bone, it tickles me. I thought that was strange.
That's sexual.
Yeah. That is.
That's sexual. They're falling off.
I do want to talk about one song.
We're going to see Rags at the Dead Dog Saloon before too long. Not against playing at Dead Dog Saloon. They're just doing covers and, just taking their paychecks.
Yeah.
Talking about their funny bone to all the olds.
The last song they really hyped up was in 2017. Like they had a video and an activity book. They were really pushing this song. And it's called The 45 Presidents.
Okay, so I saw something about this and I forgot to look further into it. This is when I was looking up the creator. I was just trying to find more about her and that came up and it said it was like out of stock. I didn't see that there was a song with it. There's
a song and a music video.
Okay.
The music video is essentially, it's a song about the presidents of the United States.
Yeah.
The first 45 of them.
So I'm guessing this came out in, what year did you say?
It was like 2017.
2017, okay.
So, and it's just like Rags on a school bus and a bunch of kids with like masks on sticks, putting the mask over their face to be the president. And then there's like a guy who's like dressed like Uncle Sam, kind of like just dancing, but not really, just like more so aggressively moving his arms and rubbing his body. There's some there's some stuff in this song. It's just sort of weird. It's all pretty normal shit until we get to the 20th century.
Oh, here we go.
There's like a Lincoln rap, you know, he's pretty cool. It's in the tune of Yankee Doodle, but they're just kind of like listing presidents until they get, like, if they have like fucking accomplishments, which I guess like most of them didn't according to this song. So it'll be like, George Washington, John Adams, Thomas Jefferson, but it's like really like upbeat and like, and then they would rap too. They kind of brushed off JFK. It just said after JFK came LBJ. That was it. Nothing bad happened.
Nothing bad happened.
Reagan got his own rap, and during the rap, it cuts to a video of a cartoon Reagan head over a very like nightmarish Berlin wall with like barbed wire. Reagan saw the wall come down. Reagan saw the wall come down. He wasn't one to barter. That was the part. Oh. And then the Reagan rap. We called him Dutch, and he stood. What? Yeah, we called him Dutch, and he stood tall. Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
Oh,
yeah. And then the cartoon. When they get to Bill Clinton, I thought that, okay, this was weird enough for me to notice and point out. Okay? It was just like weird choice. Whoever directed this. Okay, whoever was Bill Clinton, they had like a shot of the kid with the mask right in front of and it was just like right in front of them. And they were just doing this.
Oh, no.
Yeah. They were moving their head up and down very fast in a very particular manner as Bill Clinton. And I wouldn't, but it just looked like that so much. Yeah. So it was like kind of hard not to notice. And then senior son George W., faced with devastation of 9/11, led us through when comforting the nation. Have you ever thought about if jet fuel can melt steel beams? Don't worry about it. Join the National Guard and guard some poppy seeds. That's not part of it. But.
That's good. Yeah. That's good, though.
We get to 45. It was a media sensation. There's a rap. Feel the pride. Show respect for our brand new president. And then there's a kid with a Trump hat coming off the bus with both thumbs up, just cheesing behind the mask.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a little...
You can see it's a little biased, I believe, here.
Yeah. So...
he really drove it home on the...
And I don't know where Raggs was on January 6th, man. I just don't know where he was. I don't know where the band was.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That video I sent you seems to explain itself.
So... And I think that's all I have on Raggs Kids Club Band.
And more.
There's so much stuff to this. It is literally just a bottomless pit of crap. I don't know. I'm glad I saw him. I still think he looks cool. That My Friend song is really good. There's some cool stuff. It didn't really stick with me, I guess, in a huge way.
Yeah. I think if it, were to have gotten the Nickelodeon Disney treatment or whatever, I think it could have been like massive.
Well, sure, with all that Nick money.
With all the Nick money and all that, like they've got the songs, they've got the the appeal is there. It just didn't have. I guess it just didn't get the audience to be like the biggest thing that could possibly be.
Yeah. So. Again, Raggs Kids Clubhouse, Raggs. It's stuck in my head. So maybe one day we'll
have Raggs on here.
We'll have Raggs on here. We'll have someone from Raggs.
I'll book Raggs at Brick House.
Sure.
Yeah. Fuck it.
We'll listen to the album together, all together like a team.
Yes.
But that's, I don't know. That's it.
I think that's all you got.
I kind of really just want to drop it because it's been a hectic past few days looking at all this crap. I'd really like to do like something else.
It seems like it. I think you've earned a break.
Sure. So,
hey, Andrew, what you got in your hand there? What you about to look at here?
I have a flyer.
Oh, a flyer, huh?
For Myrtle Beach shows.
Myrtle Beach shows.
Now, if you don't know what Myrtle Beach shows are, they're shows that happen in Myrtle Beach.
Well, get out of town.
Yeah. And you could stay updated by following at Myrtle Beach Shows on Instagram and Twitter.
I think there's a Twitter. I don't know. I think the Twitter has a different handle, but I can't think of it
Instagram,
right now. But the Instagram's the main one.
Let's see. There's a lot of shows, Devin.
Really?
There's April 22nd. There's a covers night with Ocala, who just released a new song. Red Volt Raven, Cheese Club, the Clary Saxes, and members of Turnaforte at Fresh Brewed. April 22nd at 8 p.m. for $10. May 12th, Windley, Penalty Box, Fallscape, a Brevity at Fresh Brewed at 8 o'clock. May 20th, Clean Sweep, Naomi Ocala, who just released a new song.
Yes.
At Fresh Brewed Coffee House, May 20th at 8 p.m., $10. All these shows so far are $10. June 8th at Arcadia Studios, Maul, Tombstoner, Visions of Brutality, and Nar Sarah. June 8th, all the death metal at Arcadia Studios. Starts at 6:30 p.m. for $10. June 16th, first band?
Not yet.
All right. Bedlam Hour, Brandy and the Butcher, Heavy for the Vintage, and Circuit at Fresh Brewed at 7 p.m. June 16th, $10.
There's tickets for that on Eventbrite.
For the June 16th show, yes, sir.
There's tickets for this one and the next one.
So, and June 17th at the Next Level Fitness Gym, you can get tickets on Eventbrite. They're $20, reasonable price because there's a lot of bands, including us, Windley, Turnaforte, Hymns of Blasphemy, then Graves of Valor, a Knife in the Dark, Your Spirit Dies, No Cure, Extortionists, and My Children, My Bride.
I will say this. We have these tickets limited, and let's just say that you better hurry up. Because,
I would if I were going.
I would, if I had to buy a ticket, I would have already bought one.
Like, if I weren't, I'd be going anyway. I'm going because I kind of have to.
Yeah.
But if I wasn't playing, I was like, I'm going to buy a ticket.
Buy a ticket
because that
right
makes
now.
sense to do if I would like to be in attendance is to have a ticket in my hand.
If you want to guarantee
get in the building.
Yeah. If you want to guarantee that you can be here, you buy a damn ticket.
So
buy a ticket and get there early too.
Sure.
Because Windley's playing first.
Mm-hmm.
Dog.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and we're going to be playing Ragg's Kids Club cover set.
Yep. A full 70-minute performance.
Yeah.
Full costume.
I'm going to need at least 2 bottles of water and a towel and someone to help me with the meet and greet.
Yes. And
in a hotel room.
We need hotel rooms for each of us.
Yeah.
Even though it's in town.
That's correct.
Hopefully maybe we can stay at the what was that place called? The Jamaican one?
So we go to Jamaica, then we come back here, and then we go back to Jamaica.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, I don't want to stay there. I don't want to get hit on. I don't want to run into Paul Jackson.
Yeah.
With his
what was that? What was the
thin mustache?
What was the resort called though? I forgot.
The Grand Palladium.
Yeah, the Grand Palladium
in Jamaica.
Yeah.
So, do you have anything else, Devin?
Not really.
You ready to go home?
I gotta take a diarrhea.
All right. Well, for more Windley crap, follow at Windley_band and check out windleyhub.blogspot.com. And that is all. Oh, goodbye.
Goodbye.